My name's David Allen. I'm a chaplain with the Veterans Administration in Jackson, Mississippi, and I have also been a chaplain in the Army National Guard and the Air National Guard, and I also have pastored churches for over 30 years, so I have a little bit of experience. And I know from my time as a chaplain in the Army Guard and the Air National Guard that one of our duties was to do suicide prevention briefings. And you could always tell when people had to come in for those, there was a little bit of apprehension. It's sort of like, oh no, we've got to sit through this again. And one of the things that I want to do for you is to reassure you that this is not a waste of time, that indeed what you hear and learn can be used to help save someone's life. And it's not all that complicated. It just involves being available in a large sense of the word. The ACE acronym, Ask, Care, and Escort, is one that is used widely in the military, and it's one I'm going to kind of play off today a little bit just to give you some information that would help you if you come in contact with someone that you feel may be suicidal or have suicidal ideations. I remember the last suicide or last person considering suicide that I dealt with in the military was on my last deployment, and I went to McMurdo Station in Antarctica, and there was a civilian employee at the South Pole that they felt like he was suicidal, and they wanted a chaplain to go see him. And so I flew to the South Pole and visited with this young man, and he was like so many others that are suicidal. There were some things going on in his life that brought him to a point of despair and hopelessness. And it involved a relationship with a lady that she had decided she was no longer interested in maintaining that relationship. And so he was very despondent. And so they had called for me, and I went and visited with him. And one of the things that you have to do is with anyone is to be upfront and ask the question. It's not easy. It's something that we just don't want to deal with that subject because it's just something we'd rather not have to think about, and yet it is a reality in many people's lives. And again, when you know people well, you can pick up on changes in their disposition, their emotions, and so if you have that kind of a relationship and you see something that it concerns you, then go to that person and just be honest with them. Have the courage just to ask them, how are you doing? And the small talk thing. And then if they, continue the conversation, you take it a little bit deeper and, ask that question, well, how are you feeling? And they may say, well, I'm fine, but they don't really look like they're fine. And you can take it a little bit farther and just say, what's really going on with you? And you just don't look like something's right. And then as the conversation progresses and you feel like you need to ask the question, just go ahead and ask it. Just say, are you thinking about killing yourself? And you'll be surprised. People will generally, in my experience, they will tell you, yes, I've thought about it. But if they say that, yes, they're serious about this, then you need to show them the care that they need. Listen to them, invest in their lives, be with them for that moment, and let them know that there is hope. So many people that are suicidal, if you can just get them past that particular time in their lives, whatever the crisis is may subside and things may go back to somewhat of normalcy. I've heard the studies regarding the Golden Gate Bridge and the number of people who have jumped off there over the years and have ended their lives, and yet there's a small percentage of those folks that survived. They actually made it, and they were rescued. And one of the things that when they asked them, about that experience, so many of them, they said the first thought they had after they jumped was, why did I do this? Why didn't I wait? And so the reality is that many, many people, most people, not all, but most people, I think if we can buy some time for them and get them over that hump in their lives, whatever it may be, a relationship problem, a health issue, a financial issue. I mean, there's so many things that can come up. If you talk to someone, they say, yes, I'm thinking about this, I'm seriously considering it, try to get them to someone else that can help them. And sometimes people need medical care. They need something to help them that's outside of my expertise or maybe your expertise. But there are others that is what they do. And it may just be to be committed to a mental ward. We have at the VA, we have a psych ward where lots of people come there over the years that they'll watch them for a few days and just to help them get over the hump. And if they need medication or further counseling, they can help them with that. But make sure that they get to someone that can help them further than you can. But anyhow, the bottom line is this: don't discount your ability to help someone else, because God can use you in ways that he couldn't use someone else. And you think in your life when you may have been in a situation where you were down and maybe even considered ending your life, what would have mattered in your life then? And I guarantee you, if you had had a friend or a family member, a loved one, they'd come to you and been honest with you and just asked the question and sat with you and walked with you through that time and helped you find outside help if that was needed, then just realize you can be that person to someone else. There's a military crisis line that's available 24/7 if you know someone that has suicidal tendencies, and we're going to put that on the screen, and you can call that number and they will give you help and they will assist you further. So you write that number down and use it if you need to.